Alright guys, you ready for some chess? I'm up to 1622. Not that far off my highest ever rapid rating of about 1675. So, let us see what we shall get today. Opponent's rated 1752, man. Okay, bring it. Bring it. I bet he plays d4. d3 I'm kind of happy. d4 is just a bit better for white. There we go. I think the principal move is to take that pawn there. Where's he from? Where is this? Myanmar, formerly Burma. Yeah, I need to start, because look, I'm gonna find more people playing the best response to the Russo if I keep going with the Russo, and I think it's this. I think this is the thing I found, but I'm buggered if I can remember any more theory from this point. So we're gonna have to resort on chess skills. Okay. So there's no queen check. Got two defenders on here. I'm not unhappy about that at all. I've got two attackers there, two defenders. So if I take, and queen comes out, ain't too bad. Probably try and fianchetto this bishop, I'd imagine. Having said that, there is tension here, so these pawns could come off at any point. Quite surprised that he just voluntarily gave up the bishop pair so early in the game. Of course, this means there's no castling kingside for me, so my plan is probably going to be okay. Now, surely it's got to be e4, right? e4 with tempo. He can't go there because I've got two attackers on there, right? e4. He can go there, but then he's get his little horsey bottom kicked out again. Sure, it's just got to be. Followed by d5 and just occupy the centre. It's got to be critical. And after I move the d pawn, then this pawn potentially is available. Here he has, if I kick, and he comes here, attacks my bishop, that's just an awful lot of moves. I might even let him take the bishop and just grab the centre and say, have the bishop then. Because I'm going to get this pawn, I'm going to get my king castled, you're not castled, and you've got nothing out on the board. Alright, so for kickity-doo-dah, he ain't going here, he ain't going here. He's probably going to h7. And also this pawn is going to potentially stop bishop g5 as well. So I think that is the plan. I think I'd already made my mind up about that. You come in there. I'm pushing d5, I think. Oh, my bishop's already... Ooh. I did not see that. Yeah, because as soon as the knight moved, then queen h5 check is on. I need to make myself a reminder to look out for that move. There he's got knight here. I can't take with the queen. Knight here, I come back. Double check, I move again. After that check, there's only two legal moves. Either give up my queen or... Wow. Fortunately, he can't take anything with the knight and discover check. I mean, he can go there, I come here, he takes the knight, whatever. Are we finding the limits of the Russo gambit at 1700? I just said he couldn't take anything, didn't I? Right, now the knight needs to move again, he can come back in with check. But my friend needs to watch out for perpetual, he also needs to guard out for c2. I'm 2 pawns down now, and my king has had to move, which is a pain. But this is going to be a very instructive game to analyse, win or lose. I lost the rook. Okay, scrap it. But, well played. GG, I want to analyse. Did I have to get into that position? Because here's the thing, I'm likely to find similar lines as we climb up towards 1700, which I'm determined to do. Then we might just play another game. Oh, he played 69-8. I thought that was like 95 accuracy game. Okay. Right, let me pull up my study. Black, Italian, Russo. Okay. I'm going to pull up my own study as well on Lichess. So it's decline d4, queen e7 lines. Okay. So queen e7 is the one that I found. And here's the reason. Black wins 57% of the time from here. Yeah, it's surprising. So what did we have from here? We had bishop takes. Rook takes is good. Okay, have I got a chapter for that? No. Right then, off we go. Okay, so it is. So here I'm just showing you how I literally study from here. So it's declined d4. Queen e7 line, and then bishop takes g8, okay? Right. And I'm going to, I've got my worm tongue gambits there, decline d4, queen e7. So this is a rare one for me. Put it in the right place, okay. So, Le Russo. See, I don't mind this. I don't mind losing in the service of getting better. Okay, I'll stick the engine on, but I tend not to prefer the engine. Okay, rook takes g8 is the only move ever played. The engine says FE by a whisker. Let's look at this line. Now, no one has ever played this. Okay, well, let's stick everything on, right? I'm not going to go down to 1200, but let's stick everything on. It's been played once, and opponent played knight g5, which is not the best move. Knight takes e5 is the best, but knight g5 is not far behind, so let's assume. Makes sense. It's defended by the bishop. And now we have to take the bishop, okay? We've got these 2 pawns in the centre. From this position's actually been reached twice. We've had d5 and knight takes h. Let's say d5 because it's the top engine one. We play knight d4. Yeah. White has won both games from here. So to c3, but c3 is slightly inaccurate. Knight f5, we come back. Okay, look, we fight on. We fight on. It's an equalish position. Right. So what happened in the game itself? In the game, I took straight back. White is better by a pawn. ef5 is a mistake, and now here I'm better. Now what I did was push the pawn, thinking that you always push the pawn, right? That's the principle. But there was something better. Let's see if we can find it. Okay, so there's 2 attackers on e5. d5 is a thought. I've got 2 defenders as well. e5 is literally the only thing I can think of. Or maybe b6. Okay, so I do that. Best move was... taking the... with a discovered check! Oh! Oh, man. Well, let's go back to this. And there we are actually better. Okay, so let's go back to this. Instead of that, let's say we take, which is the one that's always been played, okay? And then d5 is by far the most common. But they took here. They took here, which is a mistake. Because then we have this, and black is better, okay? But more commonly, we're going to find this. So I'm not going to... I'm going to delete that line. Here it's FE or knight D8. Damn. Queen B4 has been played. That's interesting. And black's won both games. Let's just check that out. Queen B4. They'll either block with the knight, they'll block with the bishop, right? Blocking with the knight seems better because it defends this pawn, but then we're attacking the pawn twice. Let's say knight c3. FE. White is definitely better. This has been played once and black won between two 1600s. Got a hanging knight here as well. Oh my goodness me. Okay. Well, okay. Don't know how much we can learn from that, but let's do another one. It's a great learning experience. Right? This is how you get better. I just missed that pawn takes pawn with the discovery. Okay, 1617, the Saragosa opening. Very odd. He's blocking in his knight. Okay, I'm going to play e5. We're both 1617. Okay, I'm going to grab the centre. Right. We've got one of these guys, have we? Right, he clearly wants to fianchetto his bishop. Now, have I got time to counter it? There. Or my bishop might come up this way. Alright, I'm just going to play out the king's knight. Okay, pawn's well defended. C5 is an idea. I mean, what does my opponent want to do regarding the centre? Does he want to push d4 be met by e4, blunting this bishop? e4. Okay, c5 then. c5 so that if e4, I can push and takes and I still own the centre. Okay, that's one attacker on here. It's currently not defended. I shall defend it with my knight, so that I'll put it there so I don't block in the bishop here. Bishop coming out here or here is quite usual. Then put the queen behind it. This bishop... Let's do this. He may be tempted to push h3 and give me a hook, which I guess I'm just going to drop back. Okay, queen is attacking my bishop, but it is defended. My knight is also defended. I'm not entirely sure what she wants. She's not going to take my knight, but oh, here's the point now. My knight is pinned on the king, which means this pawn is now undefended. So I think bishop d6 to defend. I also have the option of taking out the knight, but there's no point doing that right now. Okay, where's that knight going? I mean, it's offering itself as a replacement for that one, but that's not the point. Okay, I'm going to castle. I'm thinking maybe a6, b5, kick her out. I don't want you on my side of the fence, thank you very much. Even actually, this might be a thought. With that as a threat, that would force the queen back to d1. Okay, but it's all a moot point. If I come back here and he takes, I go there. Queen has to go back there to... Well, that's not winning as such, is it? Because it's like the bishop's defended, the king could just move. It's a nice place for my knight. I think here, if they take... Knight takes is pretty good, actually. Knight takes. If knight takes, I can take back with the pawn, locking up the centre. This was always the plan. Now this queen's horizontal movement is really hampered. Okay, knight or pawn? This is the question. Knight is now not pinned, so it could... But then this pawn's looking a little bit wafty. I like knight. I mean, you know, it definitely improves the knight, but he'll probably want to trade it off. No, I think knight. I think knight. I've always got this as well, just to shoo the queen away. This pawn is undefended at the minute. Now, I'm liking the fact that his light-squared bishop is very much blunted, whereas mine is free to move around the cabin. This pawn is backwards and cannot be defended by another pawn, because it is the c-pawn, and the e-pawn's too far ahead. And that move is a bit puzzling. Where's he going from there? What's the plan? So, this is maybe my weakness, although it is defended right now. This knight isn't doing an awful lot. Could it come round, harassing the queen, harassing this pawn? I think so. I think that's good. It blocks the queen's defense of this bishop, but I think knight here, looking at this. Okay, now I can't come back and hit the queen, but that is definitely somewhat of a weakening move, isn't it? I think I can just stick it back here. I think I'm better. I hate this bishop. I hate this bishop. I think hit the queen. If I hit the queen now, he hasn't got time to take the bishop. I can always drop back here. If I hit the queen, where's the queen going to go? Right. She can go here, here. She can't go there, can't go there. She can go there or there. Or there or there. She's got lots of moves. But she also wants to defend this pawn, which means going back. No. That okay. So to defend this pawn, she's got to go here or here. Obviously, that one's guarded by the knight. This one walks into a disco, which I can grab myself a pawn, like my opponent did to me in the last game. Oh, that's the other. There's another square. Of course there is. Bishop takes. I mean, it's a good bishop. I don't really want to be giving that away willy-nilly. Also this, but I don't think I want to allow the knight to attack this bishop either. But I also have to defend this pawn, which is also under attack. So maybe it's going to be bishop c7. Bishop c7, b5 to kick the knight out and say get out of town. Yeah, and also notice bishop knight guards all of his forward squares, yes? Back you go, horse. Whoa, boy. Hold your horses there, son. Not sure about that. Right, do I just lift my queen, threaten this? No, he's attacking this pawn. Probably best defend. I think defend rather than push. If I push, I give him this square. And he's attacking my bishop again. I'm just going to defend. And just leave the knight in a bad position. I don't want to invite him into a better position. What a silly idea. And now he's having to waste time by running away. I do have this. But I think it's time for queen d7 now. Start to prod, if I can, at this corner. Take it, it's yours. It's your only half decent bishop. Okay, I think back on this diagonal where I defend this pawn, yes? Also, this pawn's only defended once right now, which is meaning that this knight can't move. Which is meaning? What am I talking about? Okay, rook on open file. Sounds sensible. This is also a very common idea, to flush out the fianchettoed bishop. h5, h4 is not a bad idea. The question is timing. Queen's the only defender of the knight. The knight can't make any forward progress. Any forward progress right now. The knight can't move, is what we're saying. So if I play this, now the queen can't move. Really. Because she has to defend the knight. And then we might think about these ideas. I mean, the queen can come here or here and still defend. Okay, she does, and defends the bishop. Fair enough. Fair enough. This bishop's now quite bad. But could it have a bit of fun? I mean, he's doing nothing where it is. Another idea could be a 5 break. I think the difference here is that his minor pieces are bad, right? Both my bishops are okay. I mean, this bishop's decent. This bishop's right now quite hampered. But it is doing a job at defending this pawn, which, it has to be said, is not under attack. Unless f4 should come. I think this. Thinking might kind of have ideas about getting the bishop out. If he blocks with the pawn, maybe I want to put my queen on this diagonal as well then. Okay. Time for this. Or another option is to double up on the c-file. If the knight moves, I don't have to flinch. I can just double up. I think doubling up. I mean, the f-file could be an action area for sure. Okay. I'd rather use a rook to patrol that file rather than the queen. Okay. What's he doing? Maybe ideas of this. See, what he's doing is he's leaving himself with only poor pieces. Where are you from? Montenegro. Montenegro is like Central Europe, isn't it? Like Romania kind of area. Isn't it where Casino Royale game was? Oh, you want to trade everything off, do you? You want to enter a 2 bishops versus bishop and knight endgame. It does kind of improve your knight, but from there, again, his knight's still got the same problem. This is a major decision now. I think I'm going to decline his kind offer. Locked centre. This bishop is going to struggle, and it can't come into the board this way. So what's it going to do? Here, here, where? Here? It'll take all day. Takes. My bishop's looking a bit more powerful. But my opponent has kind of cleared the board a bit. Oh, hello. Right, here we have it. Now, if I let this pawn come forward, I don't think we happy. Can I push g6? If he comes forward, I take. Quite like that. Also lets my king get off there, so there's no like check threats, because you know, a check in itself is not always a bad thing, but checks can, because they're forcing, can lead to other complications. Bollocks. Oh, that was just brain fart. I think I'd get like chess fatigue at a certain point in a game. Cock. Right, we want to open up the board to make my bishops more powerful. So I'm just going to lash out wildly now. That's defended. And he's trying not to open up the board, which I completely understand. Still defending this pawn. This is undefended. He's attacking the pawn twice. What can I do? No. No, he's just arm wrestled me down. Bugger it. That's a discovered check as well. Now I do have two attackers on the knight. He's played very quickly as well. He's thought for 20 seconds twice and 30 seconds once in the whole game. Knight could move to there or there, defending the bishop. I also have a check, you know, by virtue of having taken possession of the C file. No, there's nothing I can do there. I have to trade off. Knight takes. I come back. Knight can't block. Right, queen here. Knight can't block because it it's the end of the game, more or less. Well, not really. Queen here, king has to go here, and go here. I'd love to be able to put my bishop on this diagonal. I mean, this is cheeky. This is really cheeky if he goes for that. Don't think he will. So if pawn takes, I have this defended by my queen winning his queen, which is pinned. But I don't think he's going to fall for it somehow. He's also got a check of his own, remember? I can go here, but then he can check me in the corner. Here. He can't check me here, but he has got queen d7 attacking my bishop. Then I've got maybe pressure of my own. It's got a bit spicy for the first time. Where is my pawn detriment? This one. Yeah, it's basically these two central pawns. And I had the central pawns in the middle. I was doing alright. Just clumsiness. Because here I've got that. Might be able to get a perpetual, I'm not sure. Here. There. Knight blocks. Can't go there. Can't take the pawn either. I think I've just got this though, haven't I? You check me here, I can move back. The queen's got to defend this pawn as well. So if I'd gone there, knight here, knight protects that, and queen protects this. So if you really want to improve at chess, you've got to start to relish and to enjoy the prospect of analysing your losses to find out, because that's where the gold is. The gold is what is just outside my field of vision, and it's your losses that will tell you that. Okay, so she's gone there. Oh, she took a pawn. Yeah, I think I'm hiding to nothing here. If pawn takes, I've got, ooh, yeah, man, maybe. But I'm in super mega trouble here. 2 pawns down, these 2 pawns. This and the knight can no longer block, because I can take, supported by the bishop. This, he has to come here again. Or here. There, still knight can't block, right? So there, he goes here or here. Now he's thinking about his moves a bit more. Of course, he's got the check. My king can take this pawn. I'm not too unhappy. Of course, he's going for the win though. He doesn't. He wants to avoid a draw. See that it's always the quick moves that you just snatch at, and then you go, oh! It's always those facepalm ones, like just hanging a pawn for no reason. Don't even know what move it was now to go back and look. Well, I've got to take. There's nothing for it. He's going to promote, so. Interesting choice there. Okay, check. Knight now can block. Now, there's an option here to trade everything off, leaving the king on that square. I go here, he goes, say, here. I go here. I'm not convinced that it's necessarily winning for white. Right, his king's here. Let's figure this out. 1, 2. 1, 2. Then I have to move 1, 2, 1. And we are in a classic stalemate. Okay, I'm going for this. I think this is my bet, my only shot at a draw. Take opposition. So it's almost like we pretend these pawns aren't here. And I think this is a drawn position because I've just taken opposition with the king. Now I go in front of the pawn. Now I go backwards. Now I take opposition. Now, or is his king going to try and peel away and eat my pawns here? I think that's his plan. Yeah, there we go. There we go. And he will win. Yeah, well done. Okay, let's analyse. Let's analyse and get stronger. I'm feeling it was very balanced, yeah. 78 accuracy though from me. So I played like a 1700 and he slaughtered me there. So here I'm doing fine. We knew this, okay? That wasn't ideal. Jamming it up in his face and attacking this pawn. Oh, I like that. That is definitely a sexier move. You're right, Fish. Well done. He does this. G6 was good. And I just didn't spot that the pawn wasn't defended. Missed it. Should have just traded off and I'm slightly better. Interestingly here, it is drawn, but that isn't the way to do it. Oh my goodness, really? If I move away, show me. And then 4 can win the pawn. Well, you live and learn, but so here I just traded down and it's, yeah, he wins by force. Yeah. But actually using the bishop and maintaining the pin on the knight. Controlling this square. Good, good, good. Well, that's me done for one day. Wow. 2 losses, eh? And down to 1609. But we keep learning, we keep growing, we keep fighting. Thanks for watching. See you tomorrow.